Welcome to Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. Reagan's up there. He's not excited about being in the film. Tools. That's right, garden tools. Now, when you think of garden tools, usually you think of things like shovels, hoes, rakes. But I have two new garden tools that really can help me garden better. So I'm going to show you that and some of my seedlings that have been hardening off so they can get planted. So this is a humidity dome, and it's also great for germinating seeds. And so I'm going to plant two different seeds today, a popcorn plant and some tomato plants into this. It does have a heat mat, so it stays at a good temperature also. And so on the left is the popcorn plant. It smells like hot buttered popcorn when you rub the leaves or the flowers. And so I'm planting those so that we can grow them as annuals here in Wyoming, where they're a perennial in Arizona. And the other thing I'm planting are some giant yellow tomatoes. And so I'm just barely pushing them in because I'm actually going to sprinkle some soil on top. And this is a seed starting soil that I just bought in a bag. And so see how I'm just sprinkling that lightly on there? And it just makes it so that I can pat it down. The seeds get good contact with the soil, and that's always important. Now, this is the heat mat, and it has settings of low, medium, and high, and you decide what you want. I have mine on medium, and you can already see that it's starting to get humidity in there. Now, this part is when your plants get larger, you can put it in between there, and I'll show that to you later. Up on top, you can open and close so that it has more air or less air coming in. While your seeds are germinating, you should have that closed. Now, 2 days later, I have seeds that are coming up. And so I'm opening those little vents. See how easily it opens and shuts. And I can see a few of them that have pushed through. Those are the popcorn plants and a few tomatoes. And so I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to do anything. And I'm going to look at it again today, actually, because this is yesterday that I'm filming this part. There's a lot of cells that haven't come up yet. So this is this morning. Even more seedlings have come up. And I did put that middle part in just so you could see it. I'm not going to keep that in there. And it has side vents that you open and shut to make how much humidity you want in the dome. And it's really interesting, fascinating because of the heat mat. Everything germinates much faster. So you can see a lot of tomatoes coming up. Not all the cells have germinated yet, but probably by tomorrow, the next day, everything will be germinated. So I took that middle section back out, and I'm just going to let it do its thing. My second tool. Now, this is an interesting tool, and you may go, what is that? So it's plastic. It has little snaps on every single corner, and it's completely waterproof. And that's one of the keys to it. And it is a plant repotting mat. I'm going to actually use it when I'm starting some seedlings. I'm going to put it all together. So I'm just snapping all four corners, and it makes a little planting mat. It's just phenomenal. They come in different sizes, and I'll have links for both tools down in the description below. And so when you look at it from a distance, it's just made its own plastic box. And when you're working inside, none of the soil gets on your table, on your floor. Everything is contained within there. So I'm using a seed starting mix, and I'm going to fill up these cells. And I'm actually using two different types of containers today. I'm just using this shovel that I use in the garden. I usually use it to dig with. It's great, it's sharp, and it's wonderful, but I was using it for something else, and I thought, I'm just going to use it so my hands don't get all dirty. And this is my other containers that I'm using, and these big ones I'm actually going to plant zucchini, squashes, pumpkins in. And see how I might get dirt inside the mat, but I'm not getting dirt anyplace else. And so when you're working inside or in an area that you don't want to make a mess, these mats are perfect. And I actually got gifted this because I'm a master gardener, and our esteemed leader gave that to me, and I'm just so excited with it. So let's decide what we're going to plant. Oh, let's water first. So this is just a soda bottle, put some holes in the top, and I am just squirting it because I do want to soak the soil before I put my seeds in it. And the mat, because it's waterproof, if I spill on there, I am not getting anything anywhere other than inside this mat. So I can't even tell you how happy this makes me. I do want to make sure the soil is really soaked. Anything extra will drain out. So on this first half, I am doing different types of tomatoes. And you can see that I saved my tomatoes in little glass jars, and I write what they are. I'm going to do some different cabbages on this side and cauliflowers. But the other three are cabbages. This is some butternut squash that I'm doing with the Vineyard Chicks on their seed survival. Then I'm going to do some dark zucchini, some Gita squash, some golden pumpkin, and my favorite pumpkin for pies. So everything is planted. I just took the stakes right on top of the lid so that I'll let them germinate before I take the lid off, and then I'll put the stakes inside so that I know what everything is as it's growing. So let's look outside. My seedlings have been out for 2 days and 2 nights, even my tropical plants, because it has been nice at night here in Wyoming. And so everything is basically ready to plant out. They've been able to stay out 24 hours at a time now. And I'll probably plant them after it stops raining this weekend. Around my small deck, I have planters that I have put flowers and vegetables. This year I decided I'm going to plant onions in there. And so every container has 6 of them in there. And then I had some extra, so I put them in some pots here and some pots over on the back patio. Those ones I have not planted yet. But this is Sandi at Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. Enjoy your planting season and use tools whenever you can.